Hey Troglodytes, welcome back to another episode of Trogly's Guitars. Today we have another one of these 68 reissues. This one has been somebody's player, it's been modded. I've had this thing for like 3 months because I told myself, oh, I'm gonna return it back to more stock. But then, I just realized a couple days ago that, somebody out there is looking for this exact guitar. They want the active EMG pickups, and they want this awesome Triburst finish. So instead of, returning this one, to a more traditional look, well, after 3 months, I decided we're just going to list it as is. It is a beautiful guitar. It's been played quite a bit. You do have some finish dulling. You've got some light nicks, dings, scratches. But overall, it's a great looking custom. You've got the EMG 8185s in it. They were originally the Quick Connect version, but it looks like they were converted to the standard pots. That has the 25K pots. So if you're buying this guitar and you don't want that, just know that you will have to change these pots out to accept traditional pickups. But I say you keep it as is. I know EMGs get a lot of flack from traditionalists, but a lot of love from metal players. But honestly, they don't sound that much different, but clean anyways. I mean, once you get into high gain, I'm sure they're more suited for that. Alright, so let's look at the headstock here. Headstock's in good shape. You've got some very light nicks, stings occasionally, kind of like there on the binding. But nothing too out of the ordinary. You got your typical lacquer line shrinking, whatever you want to call it. The typical Gibson telltale. Now on the truss rod cover, you can see there's a little split there in the upper ring. That's because somebody tightened that too much, which wasn't me, by the way. I'm going to suggest replacing the nut. The D string kind of gets a buzz from the nut because it's cut a little bit too low. I've decided to leave it as is because once, it's plugged in, it really doesn't amplify. You're still going to hear it though. I'll demonstrate it here for you. It's kind of got a ping to it. But, if you're just lightly acoustically playing, you don't quite get it until you start hitting it, harder. So when you're doing like your D chord, sometimes you can kind of hear that open string. So that's just for you to know. Everything else is fine. It's not the frets. It is stemming from the nut. You can fret it, and then all the other fretted notes are perfectly fine. So it is from the nut. So that's something to keep in mind. But it's got a gorgeous ebony fretboard. I just cleaned and polished the fretboard and frets. So this one's good to go. You do have some players wear on the frets. Take a look here. Not a lot, but enough to say that it has been played. Now onto the guitar. The Triburst is the least traditional finish of the 68 reissues. However, that's what kind of makes it perfect to be a metal guitar. It's kind of got that fireball look to it. As you can see, there's some scratches and kind of haziness to the finish there in the right lighting. But overall, not too bad. Got some dings here and there. And I haven't, super polished this guitar or anything. I lightly cleaned it with some, Goo Gone just to get some of the stickiness off. But, you just have a few light dings. Nothing too out of the ordinary. One thing to mention is I didn't even see this. Let's see if I can get it to show up. There is some finish checking kind of stemming in like 3 directions here. Let's see if we can get a better angle here. It's really hard to see. You can kind of see that line there. There, you can see it there at the bottom of the tailpiece. It's very minor. As I said, I didn't even notice it until I taken the strings off and everything. but that is there. Once again, these are 8185s. And if you're not familiar with a 68 custom, what makes them different from a traditional custom is the ABR1 bridge, and the long neck tenon, which a lot of people feel gives them better sustain. Onwards to the back of the guitar. It looks fairly clean, when you're looking straight on, but when you get it in the light, there is some buckle wear. But nothing too extreme. Another thing to note is it looks like there was either some bleed in the finish to the binding from the factory, or maybe a stand turned it that color. I've never seen a stand turn the binding red. I've seen it turn yellow. But the fact that it's on, both sides equally kind of makes me think stand, but, the Gibson finishes are, pretty notorious for knowing to bleed into the binding. So it's got one of those options on there. Serial number 091848. Back of the headstock's in good shape. No breaks, cracks, repairs, or anything to speak of. You do have a few light little dings on the neck, but nothing too extreme. The sides of the guitar show some very light wear. I think that's the worst of it right there, that little ding on the side. But overall, let's get it closer in the light here. It's a very nice custom. Looks like you got a little ding there. And a ding there. The guitar comes with its original case over here. It is the Gibson Custom Shop case. These are very nice cases. I like them. They're very form-fitting. You've got some, storage scuffs here and there, but overall, not too bad. It's got the dark maroon / purplish kind of interior. You have the compartment case here. We do have the certificate of authenticity. I'll get it out here to show you. '68 custom Fireburst. And you got a bunch of the original case candy stuff. You got some picks, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there. So overall, if you're looking for a '68 custom that's pretty well a metal machine, I think this one's kind of ready to go for you. Maybe just swap out the nut if it bothers you. If not, it's perfectly playable as is. You just have that buzz on the D string when it's open. So, thank you for watching. And if you're interested in this guitar, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, TROGOYS. And you can also check us out on Reverb. We'll catch you next time.